what's going on? I'm just recording a first video in a while on the old 07 Mustang GT. Not really anything's changed on it, except one thing you might have noticed there. Put the chin spoiler on it. I don't know if this car had that in the last video, but something that I think every one of these cars needs. And you probably did notice that. I got a 2011 steering wheel rather than a 2007 one. And the reason I did it is because honestly it just looks so much nicer. And it was cheap. And it's just a bit thicker, easier to grasp. The leather's a lot nicer on these. And it's got the 10-2 bolster, pretty nice. Pretty nice, and it just altogether has a nicer feel to it. Although these buttons currently do not work because I need to get like an adapter or something to make that work, but it will work eventually. I'll get it to work, but for now I'm just gonna enjoy the way it looks. It does have a slightly different feel to it, like different weight maybe. It does feel slightly better turning, but it's really just down to how much easier it is to grip and how much nicer it feels and how much nicer it looks, because I do think it looks a lot nicer. But really nothing else has changed with it. Nothing else has changed with it. Pretty much the same old car as before. This thing I had out, you might notice it looks a little different, and it does. Back doesn't have stickers on it anymore. That's because this bike did fall over and I did get a little bit damaged. See me up there. Did get a little damaged, but luckily the big parts like the tank and the side plastics survived. It was just that piece, which, you know, about $300 later I have a new one all painted up. It's actually getting painted. It's actually in the shop for paint as we speak. I had to get a couple new bolts. I had to get a new bolt there. I had to get new levers, and this bar end was damaged. I did have a set of bar end mirrors on there, but they both fell out, so I still have to order bar ends for it. And that's really it. I replaced the stator cover down there. New one. Looks a lot nicer. But that's really it. Nothing else needed replaced. Kind of annoying lesson, but a lesson nonetheless. Be a lot more careful when leaning on your bike, is the takeaway from that. I do need to replace the rear tire. It's getting very low. I'm thinking about selling this bike after I get it all fixed up. We're close. We're not far. And then the money would go towards this car. Well, a portion of it, not all of it, but a good amount of it. Obviously I'd keep some in reserve, but this thing would be getting a little bit more front suspension work. It'd be getting lowered. Maybe I'd just go ahead and throw rear tires on it. Maybe. But she'd definitely be freshened up a bit. Tune probably. Shifter definitely. Whether I just go with another stock one or I go all out and get like an MGW, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And then I want some 10 to 14 door panels. That's not too urgent, as these still look okay. This side has been fixed. That side is starting to sag. But I was just in the process of cleaning her up for Cars and Coffee tomorrow, and figured I hadn't made a video in a while about this car, so I thought I would. Oh, it looks so pretty in the sunlight. Man, this car really does clean up good. It really is a nice car. Just gotta admire it sometimes. She's sitting at right under 48,000 miles, so put about 4,000 miles on this thing. And there's one problem it has right now, but it's not really the car's fault. I got the front tires replaced, and now it is horribly out of alignment. Well, not alignment, horribly out of balance. I need to get it aligned. You can see it's got some camber going on. That's because it needs the camber bolts on it, because she's not wearing very evenly. And yeah, I just need to get it rebalanced, and we should be good to go. Because about 60 to 70 miles an hour, that beautiful wheel wobbles. I actually just put that wheel on today. I actually don't have the buttons working yet, because I don't have the splicer or whatever to make them work. So I'm rolling without any cruise control. That's really the only functionality I lost, because the sync buttons, unless I get like a really fancy stereo that can communicate with them, I don't really have any way to make those work, because my car is too old. But hopefully I can get the cruise buttons working here in a while. It's not going to be the end of the world if I don't, but you know, because you know, before I sell the car, I can always just throw the stock steering wheel on it and it'll be Gucci. But I'll show you why I replaced this thing. The stock steering wheel, I already mentioned like the bolsters and stuff, but you can see this one has some wear on it. And really, if it weren't for this, I probably would have been okay with it, because it's got some wear over here, but that could have easily been caused by, you know, sliding in and out. Nothing really abnormal there. That's probably no big deal, but up top kind of annoyed me, and I wanted the more modern look, so I went with the new one. Found this one real cheap, not perfect. It's got a tiny bit of button wear there and a couple nicks here and there on the metal. Not perfect, but I saved a ton of money over getting a new one, or even a used one, like a comparable used one. Some guy just wanted to sell off a bunch of parts from his 2011 that he was modifying, and that was one of them. I was looking for a GT 500 or a Boss wheel, but at the price I paid for this, I could not argue with it. So that's what she got. But plans, not much for now, at least. Like I said, if I sell that, she's gonna see some modifications, some cosmetics. I want those 5th gen tail lights. I might do something with this. I've been thinking about getting a flat, just a flat one. Delete the gas cap thing, and then get the EcoBoost, like the EcoBoost Mustangs, the S550s have. Get like the pony in there in red. I think that would look pretty cool. It'd be a little different, different than everybody else does, but we'll see. Only time will tell. I might just get a smooth one, a smooth black panel, because that would certainly be cheaper, and get this and put on the black gas cap thing that I have in the house. So yeah, because this one, it's not bad. It's got a couple nicks in her, but nothing bad. But I do kind of want to make it look nicer, and definitely the 5th gen taillights are a must. But that's really about it. There's nothing crazy that I have planned for it. Just drive it, enjoy it, and you know, just keep her pretty. I do need to do an oil change, because I'm overdue for that. That'll probably get done soon. I probably should stop putting that off. But yep, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you. And I'll see you next time with it, whether or not I have that. But I will definitely have this. And yep, that's pretty much it. Just take care.